what's it called? Otedolas daughter called this gelato. Poor my pickings in our ice cream.
Hello, and a very warm welcome to you. It's your girl, Ochuko. We discuss all things worship and faith on here. If you're new, hit the subscribe button now.
Alright guys, let's get into it. Today, I'm going to be taking you with me to Rome. That's my mum. We had a mother and daughter trip to Rome and it was absolutely beautiful. I mean, I have a few thoughts about Rome. You know, there's a lot going on. But we did all the things. We went to the Roman Forum and they took us through the life of the Romans like ages and ages ago. I find it interesting that there's like loads of Arc de Triomphes around. So, you know, obviously in Paris there's the Arc de Triomphe. But here in Rome, we see that as well. And we found out later that Napoleon is low-key from from Rome. But then France bought his little village like the year before he was born. So, you know, same sort of history. We then went to the Colosseum, which is next to like the Roman Forum. And it's actually a site, you know. But if you're going to these places, you need to come ready with shoes that work. I'm so grateful to God that me and my mum could go on this trip. It's been a dream of hers. She's been wanting to go since she was a little girl. Her mum went to Rome and told her all about it. So yeah, I'm really glad that we had the opportunity. Don't you think she looks absolutely stunning? You know. Anyway. What thing I really liked was the fountains. There were so many of them and they were absolutely stunning. I can't even front. Like anywhere you look in Rome, there's a fountain. What I found interesting is how huge the buildings were. And when I mean huge, I mean they were absolutely humongous. Like everything was in your face, like the columns, the size of the columns. And I guess Romans just wanted to show that they had strength. You know, everything just looked overpowering. I guess the other thing that's really good was the art. So that's Jesus and his eyes follow you. That woven tapestry. First of all, the fact that it's woven tapestry and not a painting, and it's wild. The way they use the gold and the blues. And can you believe that the ceiling is painted? It looks like it's molded, but it's not. It's painted in 3D. I thought that's wild. So we did obviously all the things. We went to the Vatican Museum and then we went to the Basilica. So that's a sculpture by Michelangelo, which it's, you know, so he was known for giving sculptures muscles, and at the time that wasn't like a technique that was being used. And if you look at his paintings as well, he had that. I don't think I've captured some of his paintings. Anyway, so the art was really stunning. There was just a lot of it, you know, and it just made me think about all these monks that put in so much hours of craftsmanship, you know, and then they were collected by the Pope at the time. You know, the Pope was gifted with things from like Egypt. I don't know if you managed to see that sculpture that's there. Absolutely, Rome is a seat of power, or was a seat of power, and the Pope was also a very powerful person, and he just collected, any pope that was there would just collect art, collect sculptures, and people were really proud to donate and give gifts to them, you know. It's just how things are done. So this is like a space outside the Vatican, well, in the Vatican, outside the Sistine Chapel. We kind of sat down here for a little bit to take a little bit of a break before we went into the museum. I thought it was stunning. The guy who took us on the tour wasn't really into modern art, so he couldn't tell us anything about it. After the Vatican Museum, we went to St. Peter's Basilica, and that's where Peter was martyred, that little cross in the middle of the square. I find the whole thing interesting. But yeah, this was definitely the thing to go and see. So if you're not really into art, you can just visit the Basilica. It's huge. It's like the tallest, you know, church in the world and the biggest church in the world. All of these columns are made of like marble and quartz. It's wild. Then we got to see some cardinals coming in for mass. I think they are cardinals. I haven't got the right terminology. I'm not really Catholic. There's all these people in the building and they're just gonna have service. I thought that was interesting. And then at the end we came out of the church. These guys are Swiss Guard, and I think it's between 18 and 30 for you to be in the Swiss Guard age-wise, and you can't be married or dating. I thought that was interesting. But yeah, that's me and mum again. Absolutely loved it. But yeah, it was a bit intense. So after each day, me and mum would go to the spa. So the hotel that we booked had a spa, and probably the biggest highlight for my trip. Don't get me wrong, St. Peter's Basilica is great, but you see this pool right here? Sheesh. I was in there every day. Like, if I could go twice a day, every day, I was there. If I wasn't too tired. Or if I was too tired, I was trying to get like 2 hours a day. It was so restful. They had different zones. They had a quiet zone, and it was open till late, which you don't normally get. There was a pool outside, but I thought it was a little bit too cold to be outside. It wasn't as warm as we would have liked it. Overall, though, not a bad experience. It was just really good bonding for me and mum. We talked about a lot of things, we shared, and I think our relationship has grown so much stronger because of it. And again, I'm really grateful to God to have my mum, who is like a friend to me, and we talk about, almost everything. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed our little trip. Right guys, it's been real. Thank you so much for kicking it with your girl today. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.